Albuquerque has been a punching bag for a few celebrities as they've made their way through town. The latest, a well-known comedian who bashed the city after playing at a city-owned treasure, the Chemo. News 13's Rebecca Atkins is live there with what he said and how people are responding. Rebecca.
Well, Kim, according to ticket sales, this is where Chris D'Elia performed last Thursday, but while he was here, he had some sort of a bad experience.
Actor Chris D'Elia is a big name in the comedy world, and Thursday night, he performed at the Chemo Theater.
I know I look like a tired eagle. I don't like how you laughed at that, to be honest.
It was his second time in Albuquerque, but something on this visit left a bad taste in his mouth. After his performance downtown, he took to Twitter to take a jab at Albuquerque, saying, "I've been to some blank holes, but holy God, you make Jacksonville look like paradise." The post has been retweeted almost 600 times.
I just thought that was pretty rude of him. It was kind of unnecessary to bash a place that you're attending.
People we spoke to weren't too happy about what he said.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, Albuquerque's not that bad. You just gotta go to like the good parts of it.
And on Twitter, people had mixed feelings. This person listed off Albuquerque staples like green chili and the sandias and said, "What more could you want?" Others agreed with D'Elia, with one person saying they're from here and should be offended, but then said, "You're right. Hashtag pass the meth."
You're not the man on fire.
Shortly after that tweet, he posted again saying Albuquerque and Jacksonville crowds are awesome though, actually. But some people feel posts like that could scare tourists away.
They're probably not gonna want to come here now. That sucks.
He should probably apologize for that.
We also reached out to Albuquerque's tourism department. They say the post is unfortunate, but they'd like to know if something set D'Elia off while he was here. They do say, however, they're appreciative of all the locals that stood up for the city. Kim, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Rebecca. Now, we also reached out to D'Elia through his Twitter. We have not yet heard back. He did have some nice things to say about Santa Fe in Twitter after performing at the Lensic.
Actually, I had a great time in Albuquerque doing my show. But once I left the show, where am I?
Well, Kim, according to ticket sales, this is where Chris D'Elia performed last Thursday. But while
according to ticket sales? What? Just Google it. They're acting like they did so much research. Well, according to ticket sales, what do you mean? Because fucking 1,500 people bought tickets to see me? That's not according to ticket sales. Just look. So this is what then I said on Twitter. I was making fun of Albuquerque because if you live in Albuquerque, you got to know where the fuck you live. Don't pretend. This shit isn't Narnia. The buildings go this high. You got to crouch down to get into any place.
Bashed the city after playing at a city-owned treasure, the Chemo. News 13's Rebecca Atkins is live there with what he said and how people are responding. Rebecca.
There's Rebecca, always with the way too long pause. Hey, newscasters, dude. When they're jump on the last sentence. If you're in the field, jump on that last sentence. Jump on it. We're going live to. This is me. This is me if I'm a newscaster. We're going live to Chris D'Elia in the field to see what some of the locals have to say about, hey, guys, how's it going? I'm cutting them off. I'm feeling it out, dude. That's way better than, we're going live to the field, Chris D'Elia, to see how locals feel about what he said on Twitter. Hi, how's it going? I just want to... Dude, that's too long, man. I could eat lunch in the middle of that pause. That pause is so fucking long, a baby came out of it. So
D'Elia performed last Thursday, but while he was here, he had some sort of a bad experience.
No, you're bad news. I didn't say I had a bad experience. I just said Albuquerque. Then it goes and shows a little bit of my Netflix shit. I'm coming out on stage.
Actor Chris D'Elia is a big name in the
then
comedy world.
Then they kind of throw a little bit of shade by just calling me an actor. You know what I mean? by letting me know, you know what, dude? You say other people's lines, dude.
He performed at the Chemo Theater.
Yes, sir.
I know I look like a tired eagle. I don't like how you laughed at that, to be honest.
All right.
It was his second time in Albuquerque, but something on this visit left a bad taste in his mouth.
Who writes this shit, you know? It's amazing. But something about this visit left a bad taste in his mouth. By the way, they've shown the theater in this video 14 times so far. Get more footage. So much of this shit from the top. Dude, this is such a news. To get to the top of the theater and then come down. At the Chemo Theater. But something left a bad taste in this comedian's mouth. He tweeted on Twitter that Albuquerque wasn't good. We've talked to some of the locals to see what they have to say. Always fucking panning down, dude. Just show it. You don't have more footage just because you're moving the camera. We can tell. Dude, guess what? Every time they do this, too, they fucking come down and there's a Parts Plus Auto Parts fucking car drive by. Same footage. Also, Parts Plus Auto Parts. If Parts is in your fucking title twice, change it. Parts Plus Auto Parts. Come on down to Parts Plus Auto Parts, where we'll parts if you parts. And parts, that'll be parts 50, please. Parts Plus Auto Parts? Dude. Too many P's. Parts Plus Auto Parts Plus Parts Partum Depression Parts Partum Parts. Piss in the piss parts. Dude, get it together, Albuquerque. You have a fucking auto place called Parts Plus Auto Parts and also a theater named after cancer.
I mean, Albuquerque's not that bad. You just gotta go to like the good parts of it.
And on
Albuquerque's not that bad. You just gotta go to the good parts of it. You know what the good parts of Albuquerque are? Los Angeles.
others agreed with D'Elia, with one person saying they're from here and should be offended, but then said, "You're right. Hashtag pass the meth."
You're not.
She fucking hashtag pass the meth.
And on fire.
Shortly after that tweet, he posted again saying Albuquerque and Jacksonville crowds are awesome though, actually. But some people feel posts like that could scare tourists away.
They're probably not going to want to come here now. That sucks.
He should probably apologize for that.
We also reached out to Albuquerque's tourism department. They say the post is unfortunate, but they'd like to know if something set D'Elia off while he was here. They do say, however, they're appreciative of all the locals that stood up for the city. Kim, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Rebecca. Now, we also reached out to D'Elia through his Twitter. We have not yet heard back. He did have some nice things to say about Santa Fe in Twitter after performing at the Lensic.
Well, I mean, just so many just keep going and shit. We wonder what he thinks about Seattle. Just like, okay, you know, also such a cliffhanger how they left it. Although he did have some nice things to say about Santa Fe. By the way, when she's saying that at the end, in the background, the next news is, I swear to God, the next segment, it says, child shot. How did I beat out that story? One of Albuquerque's own slain. But I tweeted it was a blank hole. Maybe Albuquerque, that's the problem. Start from there. Rename your theater and then move on.
Over social media is shedding more light on his comments. Chris D'Elia performed earlier this month at the Chemo Theater. Afterwards, he took to Twitter saying, quote, "I've been to some blank holes, but holy blank, you make Jacksonville look like paradise." Many New Mexicans criticized him on social media. Well, a couple days after our story aired, D'Elia responded to the outcry, saying he couldn't believe the response.
I was there for 8 hours twice. I'm sure it's fine. How could you get upset about somebody saying something like that?
Now, he still hasn't revealed an exact reason for not liking Albuquerque, but he did poke fun at Chemo Theater's name and said our buildings are short.
Guess what? You know, I never thought I'd go to war with a city. I never thought I'd go to war with a city. But I'm at war with a city, baby. I talked about Albuquerque on fucking Twitter, and they fucking... And then and guess what? Now they, and dude, they're back. Another segment. 2 segments. 2 segments too many. I'm a correspondent at this point. Dude, they came back and did another segment. Last episode, I talked about Albuquerque, and they did a segment on me about how I quote-unquote bashed them. And this shit... unbelievable, dude. Albuquerque's turning out to be my favorite fucking city in the U.S., dude. Just because of their fucking... They clap back. They have a clapback effect. I was there for 8 hours. They're playing my podcast on their fucking news segment. Twice. I'm sure it's fine. How could you get upset about somebody saying something like that?
Now, he still hasn't revealed an exact reason for not liking Albuquerque, but he did poke fun at Chemo Theater's name.
This is the best part.
And said our buildings are short. Albuquerque, but he did poke fun at Chemo Theater's name and said our buildings are short.
Dude, the newscaster said that.